Hello, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome to Ohio Anime. Irashaimase. Welcome in. My name is John, and Phil is like really back there lounging. It's a scene. It's a vibe, Phil.
Professor Phil here. Checking in.
You still sound distant. I see you have your microphone there, but you still sound...
I'll figure something out. Continue. We'll get it worked out.
Okay. Well, tonight's the beginning of the big season, I guess. It feels like the big season anyways of anime. We've got Jujutsu Kaisen season 3 just began, and Hell's Paradise just began season 2. So we'll be talking about those things tonight. That's the shows we'll be focusing on. Jujutsu Kaisen, they dropped the first 2 episodes, I guess, straight up. So we'll be talking about those. And then Hell's Paradise was just the one. But yeah, it's kind of the beginning of the floodgates opening, because then we're going to have free Rin soon. And we're still in the middle of Tojima wants to be a common writer. So lots going on, lots to get to. Phil, we should have Andrea in here shortly too.
Yeah,
so
sounds good.
We'll wait for there, but we'll probably start.
I just need to fix
Hell's
something.
Paradise. What's good? It feels kind of dark.
I'll turn my camera off so people don't have to. Let's see if that's the one.
Well, Phil, what prompted the change of scenery here?
I wanted a different background. I wanted to change it up, so I thought I would just lounge in my library chair.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's the right microphone. Let's see if I got on the right camera. I'm still working out the new AV equipment,
Right.
So.
Yep, that's right.
There we go. Somehow it swapped all of a sudden to my old camera. Okay. I was like that, but I had it all set up on my new camera. So, what are you gonna do, John?
There we go. Yeah, you got a little tea time.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, well, so Phil, with Hell's Paradise, you watched that as it came out last year, right?
Yep.
Or maybe it feels like last year, but maybe it was longer ago than that. I'm not sure.
I did, yes. I think it was longer than. I think it was more than a year ago. It was sort of earlier. Yeah. I felt like I was still early in my anime watching, to some extent. I think it was. I was watching it around the same time I was watching season 1 of JJK, which was certainly more than a year ago.
Okay.
It's Andrea's microphone. Oh, there she is.
Hey, I think I heard her straight away. You're kind of frozen now.
Beautiful.
Oh, there you are. Oh, she can't hear us. We'll keep going for a little bit here. So let's sort of recap a bit before we jump right into the season 2 of Hell's Paradise. The whole idea is we have an island that's been discovered that allegedly contains the elixir of life. The shogunate is going to send people there, basically criminals, the worst of the worst, that are tough but expendable, and they're going to be watched over by some of their own people. Kind of each different samurai will sort of take a group or whatever to make sure that they carry out their mission. Their lives are put on the line, but when it comes to it, they're not the ones that are taking the elixir themselves or something like that. And so we get to this island and we realize, they're kind of in over their heads. There's a lot of weirdness there. A lot of them think that there's nothing to this, but then they start coming into strange creatures and things devolve quickly. Not only are the different criminals trying to take each other out in various ways, and we get to see the different kinds of people that have been there, maybe which criminals aren't as bad as they would initially appear and that sort of thing. And we get to the point where they meet a young girl there and are kind of starting to understand the structure a little bit, the hierarchy here, like who's in control, why they're so powerful, learning about energy, like your
Tau.
chi, Tao, and that sort of thing. And it's kind of where we pick up. They're split a little bit. The two groups that have sort of decided to work together, but they're split apart. And Gabimaru has lost his part of his memory.
Yep.
So his Tao is all.
Or has he?
Well,
It seems to be like locked away.
What is?
Or is it?
What are you saying?
I mean,
what are you saying?
Well, no, because so I just binge watched this first season, so like, whoosh, lots of info.
You should have been doing the recap. That's right.
I mean, you did great.
Good job, John.
So two key, I think, elements though moving into this part of the first episode is one, the other woman, like Yuzuriha.
That sounds right.
She's the other Gabimaru. She brings up that like, hey, in my village, head of the clan would maybe do some illusionary stuff to bring us under control. So what if Gabimaru's belief that his clan leader is, immortal is wrong because he just basically did a parlor trick when he was young and just convinced him. And then two, she's like, it seems weird that, he is the type of guy who would just fight for nothing and be totally emotionless. So what if they also did some sort of Jedi mind trick to implant the idea that he has a wife worth coming home to, that like something worth fighting for? And I felt like that was like, So
right.
it's not obviously certain. There's literally no proof at this point either way.
Right.
But it was interesting to think about now, like, has Gabimaru lost his memory of his wife, or has he lost the illusion that there was a memory of his wife? You know what I mean? Like, has he?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but either way, like, something's clearly messed up in his head because we can see through like Mei's special towel vision that, like half of his head is like his head towel is gone, and it's not right. So
yeah, I always think it's interesting. I mean, it's the yin and yang, but I never thought about it so applied to like combat. She's very much saying like, you in order to be strong, you need the weak. Weak is strong, strong is strong. You have to like, your strength is built upon your weakness, in a sense, or whatever. So the way I look at it is like, you need to have something to fight for, something that makes you vulnerable. And that like gives you purpose and cause, and that's what provides your strength. And that's how I look at it. But yeah.
So I felt like that was a really interesting question that we're obviously going to have to like figure out this season. Because it's the type of question you can't just leave hanging out there forever. Then I think the second like important thing, and I don't know, maybe I missed it, but they've gotten to this point and they've killed possibly two of the seven most powerful beings, the Tensen.
Okay. So there was a giant battle at the end of the last season. I don't remember exactly how that
it was like three of them. It was like three of them working together where like the larger Asaemon, warrior, like executioner, was like, you have to go for like the tandem or something, and it's like that's like their center. Yeah, so you have to cut that open, and then this thing like burst into like a huge giant flower with two. And like everybody was going to provide a distraction, and like the white-haired blind teacher, Shion was like, I'll cut it. And then the sickled one, who unfortunately got poisoned with the flower and is now dead, but was going to die at the last second, was like, it has one in the center. You can't go for both of them. It has like and he like cut it open to reveal the face, and then the face like faded away. It was like, oh no, 1,000 years. This is what I come to. Psh. Flower petals.
Yeah.
I think you just rewatched all this, Andrea, or watched it all for the first time. I was like, what? I don't remember a lot of that.
So that was one of them that died. It was like she, because they changed back and forth, was pink haired, and it was like, like this flowy kind of bob thing.
Yeah.
So that Tensen is definitely dead. Gabimaru and like I can't remember his name, but I only think of him as the pirate, and he's awesome. He's Captain Hook.
Mm-hmm.
They were battling another, and I'm pretty sure that Gabimaru killed that Tensen, because that was like him overextending his Tao, and that's why he basically passed out. But they were like, "Holy guns, you're super powerful!" My
that was
goodness.
a little earlier, right? Outside the gates or something.
Yeah, so like the two groups haven't met up yet in the end of the first season. Like they're still in different spots, but they both possibly have now killed a Tensen.
Okay.
So really, all John and I want to know from you, Andrea, the real big question is, what are your thoughts on the lack of nipples?
Pulling out the big questions. I see.
So I want to hear about.
Okay, if that's what you want to hear about.
Not me, but like the viewers.
But like the obviously our fans.
I mean,
the masses. Yeah.
The masses.
It's like, I get that there's like, John, you kind of explained it. There's probably some like censorship stuff.
It's a TV thing. Yeah, it's a TV thing.
But there's plenty of anime that does. So I just they don't pull any punches with anything else, and they show.
But it works. But it works because they're like not really real. They're just fluid. It kind of works that like they're not quite as you would expect, just like a random human to be.
Like a humanoid.
Yeah, they're just like, we're gods. We shapeshift. We move around. We flow. We don't really tie ourselves to stuff. So it kind of like adds to the creepy level that they're not quite anatomically right.
Yeah. Okay. In the manga, though, it's, see, the thing is, this is a seinen book, so it's designed for a little older audience. So
I would think
the manga does not censor. So wherever this was originally published, or wherever, like if it was published in a monthly magazine, like they do with a lot of things, it clearly was targeted towards an older audience,
right?
And something like Chainsaw Man that skirts on the edge, of, I'd say, the age bracket, but is shonen, and that in order to stick in its category yet is going to censor stuff. But it came as more of a surprise with this show for me. But I do understand like being able to rationalize it like this anyways,
Yeah. I don't necessarily have an objection to it just because it's sort of like it adds to the creepy factor. So I just rolled with it.
I don't actually either. I just find it strange when they show so much violence, and also like they it's not like they don't show any like sexual content. They do.
Yeah.
It's, I mean,
really
you know how that stuff is. It just doesn't.
It's just
stuff never
thing.
makes
so
sense.
Me.
Like there's all rules become convoluted, or they seem arbitrary, or some boards putting them together, and you value one thing over the other. It's always been the thing of like, oh, let my kids see all this sort of thing. But if there's, it's like they can be disemboweled. But if there's,
God forbid,
no
movies, cover them up, whatever.
It's just silly.
It is. I mean,
I think I don't care that much. But
I mean, it's a thing to point out because there is like an obvious, hypocrisy in censorship that way.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Or like a censorship kind of choice that way.
Right.
And like, but also, like I said, the way that the show, like, because I just binge watched it, they were like, things are put together wrong here, and like there's just sort of this weird mishmash, and like beings are just created, and then sometimes they have a symbol, so I just sort of was like rolling with they're just not put together quite right anymore.
Yep.
They're built different.
They're built different,
as they say.
So I mean, I get what you're saying, and also like I was just sort of like, they're weird now.
Yeah, no, they are definitely. They are strange beings.
Okay, I'm glad you had add some more to the recap here, catch us up a bit more because, yeah, it has been a while. I really enjoyed the first 2/3 of season 1, and thought that afterward it started to get a little like trying to explain things a little too much. The sort of exposition I didn't like, moving quickly and things or whatever. It's like things opened up while the mystery was there. I liked it. And as soon as it started trying to explain it all, I just felt like it wasn't handled quite as well as I remember it in the manga. But
you've read the whole manga, John, or you're caught up, or you have?
Yeah, I've read the whole thing. Yep.
Okay.
Which is nice that, it's a complete thing. I forget how many volumes it is, like 14 or something like that, manageable.
Yeah.
And but I think that, in the season 2 so far, I thought the opening, though the song cannot be the opening of season 1. I like the animation.
Yeah.
And they, spared little time in getting us back on board, except for our little they gave us that little sort of recap with the one samurai that got off the island. And it's keeping it secret how he got off.
That was kind of strange, but maybe they'll become more important as we go along. I mean, I guess it works.
What do you think of that, Andrea?
Like opening with the one who got off the island?
Yeah.
I liked it because it was shocking. I was really operating under the premise of like nobody gets off the island that people don't want to, and the only ones who have come back have been like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if like they're part of the ton, like the spiritual force that they're drinking. Like if you're just infected with the flowers, does it happen automatically, or do you have to be somewhere specific for that to happen? But I was basically operating under the assumption that only like infected people got back. So it was a little shocking, but cool to think that, there was one Asaemon who was just like, good, don't want to be here. Don't want it. Because everybody else is so stalwart. I kind of liked it. It was like, this seems pretty normal to like have this reaction to the shit that's gone down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got the impression based on what he said is he didn't really get past like the beach. The guy he was guarding died pretty quick, or the woman or whatever it was, like a granny, or as like an old lady. It doesn't matter.
It was a guy.
Like, all right, I'm out of here. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, just even if he was going off of vibes, that he was like, no. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just
vibe drop.
Yeah.
Off, yeah.
I liked it that he was like, no, I shan't be staying here.
Well, it's interesting. He's different. He does what's cool, I think, about the setup obviously is that they let him speak to him this way. They're shocked by it, but he has such a reputation that it's just like,
he's got the power.
We'll let it go, I guess, so he's such a high rank amongst the
but I mean, yes, and also I think that there's some cachet to him being on the island and coming back normal.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's a thing. It's like, oh, how did he? And I also think it's great that he never really, like you said, Phil, he didn't get past the beach. He didn't really see what everybody else has seen, because I don't think they'd really be sending an expedition back. As small, however small it may be, in comparison. I don't think.
Sure.
I don't think they're sending people back if this guy like comes back and reports everything that like the rest of the characters know.
Yeah.
Or at least
these shogunate like higher ranker guys seem like they're kind of major dicks. So I probably would anyway, but yeah, good point.
I mean, they could try, but I don't think that they would like really get the volunteers. Do you know what I mean? Like
maybe they get some that
I don't think it works the same if they get all the info, and so it's an interesting plot twist, and also it works for like, okay, this is why we're bringing more people, because like, yeah, he's been there, but he doesn't really know.
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised by the opening. I didn't expect it, but I thought it was good anyways. And then we
it was good.
We kind of get the sort of a little bit of planning discussion. We have our assassin, like shinobi, that's trying to peace out. Let's get out of here. But she really does seem to have some connection she's formed with Yuzuhira. And wait, no, that's who the assassin is. Yuzuhira, and Sagiri is
Sagiri
here. So
Yep.
So I thought that was I like Shion a lot. I've always liked him. There's a little relationship he's formed, and his whole kind of backstory. I've liked them a lot, and I like these two. So I liked being with this group, seeing what they're gonna do. Any thoughts on the four of them here in this group and their plans? I feel like they didn't reveal all that much. Just Gabimaru's maybe already there, Yeah,
let's go meet him.
I personally find it a hard show to anticipate what's going to happen because it's very bizarre in a great way. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen next. It's all wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I want our groups to meet up.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They've done their solo thing, and everybody's sufficiently creeped out, and I don't know, done their big battles. So let's get everybody back together. Yeah, I love this guy, Captain Hook over here.
Yeah, what is his name?
He was really fun. The way that he kept referring to Gabimaru as underling. He's like, get out of my way! You're stealing my thunder! You underling, come assist me! He's such a big jovial personality, but then also fiercely protective when those lower level doshi creeps were like, yeah, we have to have yin energy, so little girl, let's go train, which basically was code for we're gonna take sexual advantage of you. And he was like, get. He was like, that is
that.
He was like, I am highly offended. You are super despicable.
Yeah,
she doesn't want to be near you. Be gone. So he wasn't exactly what I expected, because I expected not to like him, but he's been a fun surprise, and he's comedic relief without being annoying yet. He could get there, but I think just the way they're handling his personality, it's been just enough.
Maybe it's the hook, but he gives me strong One Piece vibes, even though I've never seen One Piece.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Yeah. Same. I mean, I've seen stills and images or brief scenes, but I've never fully watched One Piece. But I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. Let's see if this is the right character here. Tamiya Gantesusai. Tamiya.
Right. I knew that. I was going to say it, but I don't want to steal your thunder on your
known
own
as the Blade Dragon.
Oh.
Don't steal my thunder, underling.
So that was maybe my favorite scene in this episode, actually, was with him and the younger brother. He's supposed to go and deal with these three, and he's just kind of putting them in his place.
Yep. He's like, you're not as good as you think you are.
Yeah. And he kind of calls him on, you've made, your other brother's done all the hard battles for you and all this sort of thing. And it doesn't seem to bother him exactly. He's just sort of like, yes, this is, he's always protected me. This is the way it is, and it's perfectly okay. I don't know. It's an odd relationship for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I also liked that, John. I did feel like it was a good call for him to be like, you're really leaning into I have talent, but you're not actually doing anything with it. You're just resting on the fact that sure, you're better than a lot of people, but you could be better.
Right.
So I'm going to show you what working hard and actually taking advantage of your potential looks like. It was enjoyable.
Yeah. Such an anime thing to say, but yeah, no, I agree. It was fun. what's up with these two brothers? Like, who let this happen? Like, doesn't the shogunate do like background checks in historical Japan? No. Like,
nope.
Weren't they like, hey, you want to be one of our like
executioners,
officially sanctioned executioners? Ooh, your brother's a criminal, so maybe not. Like, they were just like, yeah, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, it all works out. The brothers played the long game and just like bet on the fact that this guy would be alive by the time he makes, executioner.
Right.
Yeah.
Wild.
So yeah, it's I don't know. This guy's an interesting character. Being able to regenerate now like this.
Because he's like so he's essentially now like a pawn of the Tenzin, right? Is that how that works?
Well, he's like kind of one of them in some way.
Right.
Or like maybe the Doshi, like the step down.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, like a Doshi. Mm-hmm. But his brother doesn't have the stuff.
No, because he wasn't ingesting any of that stuff.
Oh, right.
And he didn't use his Tao the same way.
This guy's stone cold crazy.
Yes. And now he's like a thing. Now he's like a transformed, but not like, he's not something super beautiful but deadly like the Tenzin can transform themselves into.
Just deadly.
But he was like awkward looking.
Yeah.
Like he was sort of a mutated version of himself.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when the Tenzin transform, like it's usually like into like giant flower or, something other. It looks cooler and it looks intentional. This was just sort of like halfway stuck mutation.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
I'm finding the image here.
Oh yeah, of him transform. He's like all like he was sort of like black and shadowy and he still had his face. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
It's fun.
Normally take some notes. I really didn't take any notes on this episode. I just kind of absorbed it and was like catching myself back up, getting back in the flow of it, reintroducing these characters in this world and stuff like that. And I thought ultimately it was a good reintroduction. Andrea, did it feel to you to just like continue seamlessly? Did it just basically?
Yeah, I binged and then moved right into the next episode. I was just like, I'm on a roll, so yeah, just go. Why take a break? Because I thought about like, okay, I completed the first season. Maybe I'll take a break and watch JJK and then come back to this. But I was like, no, I'm interested. I want to see right away what all is happening. And it was seamless enough but still clearly introducing new things because of course we started off like off the island. Yeah. So it was nice. It was nice that way to feel like a little bit of a break in action, but everything still, moved forward.
Phil, did you feel like it was a welcome return and you got caught up pretty quickly?
I did. Yeah. I had to kind of, I actually didn't even, as Andrea was talking about some of the things, I was like, oh, yep. Didn't remember that. Yeah. I just kind of wanted to watch it. I knew I remembered it well enough to like, watch the episode, but, I thought it was a good return to form and like getting us back into the universe of this show. And, I thought it was really good.
Feel like it was episode to me, and that's kind of why I asked. It didn't feel like episode 1 of season 2. It felt like it was just the next episode.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which I don't have a problem with at all. It just doesn't leave the same kind of impact when it's been a long time and you start it up. As something like maybe Jujutsu Kaisen that's had that delay, understands it has that delay, and like tries to do something different for a premiere.
Right.
It's just the next episode.
I was just going to say that exact thing, John, especially because we watched them. They dropped around the same time we watched them. We all watched both sort of premieres of the new seasons, and we're doing it in the same podcast. When you compare them side by side, they're both really good. And of course, JJK was 2 episodes, but even if you just look at episode 1 versus episode 1, Jujutsu Kaisen, I thought was like totally like these guys are pulling all the stops. New season, let's really wow the viewers.
Yeah.
Where
Hell's Paradise.
Hell's Paradise, thank you. I think of Devil's Playground. I was like, that's not it, but I feel like I'm close.
You're like, you were halfway there. You were sort of, you're in the neighborhood of the playground.
Wait, what is it?
Hell's Paradise.
Hell's Paradise was like good, really good, but yeah, it was just like more of the same of season 1, which was really good, and it continues to be.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like a part 2 instead of like a season, which you know, I don't know. It's a feature I think of shows now. Like sometimes you can't quite tell like seasons exactly.
Right.
You're like, is this really season 2 or is this like kind of 1B? You know.
Yeah.
Which in theory, I don't mind because it's kind of like if you have a big story you want to tell, it's like, okay, just divide it where you can. Sometimes it's like, this is how many episodes we can fit in for a season, or this is how many we can get done in time, or whatever. I think that's fine versus like other shows maybe like, okay, we have a season 1, here's season 1, and that's the thing. Oh, people liked it. Let's make a season 2. What's that going to be about? You know, like how's that going to go?
Yes.
So it's just, if it's just a continuous thing, you just make some cuts some places to space it out for production times.
Right.
I think that's perfectly fine.
Right. I agree. And I certainly understand, especially for most of these shows are based off of manga or some sort of other, a game or a
light novel
book or light novel or whatever. And so you can't always pick and choose having big events or cliffhangers at the end or beginning of seasons. But it wasn't so much about like the scenes and like what happened in the beginning of the first 2 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen. It was just like they were just going all out with like the animation and the direction and the sound and it just all looked so good. And was like, there's so many fun, I have to rewatch them, but there were so many fun, like cool, just like animation art tricks and like,
like
it was
color
clear
shifts.
They were trying to make it like a premiere level couple of episodes.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious.
Yeah.
I can't
the visuals were stunning.
I should have taken notes, but yeah, the visual, there was just like so much. It was just all so well done. And it was probably, I'm assuming they dropped the 2 episodes because that was part of, I don't think any of us saw the movie, right? But I think the movie was like a 45-minute recap of the whole last season, the Hidden Inventory, and then the whatever other one.
And then probably
I think they did the first, Shibuya Incident. And then I think they did the first 2 episodes in the movie of the new season. So probably basically they just took that part in half. That's maybe why it was so well, like, what do you call it?
So well produced. It was just
so well produced. Like its
quality was high,
especially well produced. And you can almost like, because it was a movie. That's probably why they wanted it like really good in the theaters. Does that would that be? You think though? I mean,
I think my concern then is because initially when I saw, I was thinking, well, they, maybe heard the criticism of last season and they were pushed for time, and so you had unfinished things and whatever, and it took more time here, and now this is what we get then, and they're really trying to make a point. But I think there's probably a large element to that. It's like, it's going to be on the screens, it's gonna, it gets the higher budget then. But my worry is then
drop off.
That's what I'm wondering then. Like, what's episode 3 going to be like?
Right.
We're going to see.
I mean, it's a concern, sure, but also we'll see.
Yeah.
It's not a guarantee drop off.
No.
Right. No. And I mean, it's still MAPPA. They, even despite their issues last year and the sort of concerns about the animators and the writers and the artists and stuff not being maybe given enough time and being like asked to do work a lot of hours. I mean, still the quality was still far better than many shows. I mean, it was still good. There was some animation quality things here and there, but I think overall I remember being really quite good still.
Yeah, my issue in the last season of Jujutsu Kaisen was much less to do with the art and animation than it was the structure of the
story.
events.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, good point.
It's
too much time on
I remember.
Yeah.
I in fact remember talking a lot, really singing its praises early on.
Yes.
In
hidden inventory arc. Yeah.
Yep. The hidden inventory one was, I thought, spectacular. And then really as it got going into the Shibuya arc, I thought as well. And then it's like they ran out of time. Things fell apart. I just didn't like the way that they were, I'm a little worried about, because obviously these first 2 episodes are trying to set up where we're going the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And the idea. And so what we're getting is a sort of a tournament kind of thing. Now I have questions about the tournament. Is this like enforced somehow or whatever? But I'm very concerned because part of my issue with season 2 was, okay, here's an excuse to have a whole bunch of people fight each other over and over and over.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to expect from season 3?
Right.
Literally setting up a tournament?
That's true. Yeah.
It's concerning.
I mean, yes. So yes is the answer. I think, the obvious on the surface answer to your question. I think that we're not going to escape that because I think the tournament is going to be a way to figure out what's happening to certain people. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're going to stick with it. You know what I mean? My hunch or premonition is like something is going to happen to disturb this. It's not just going to be like a season long, tournament that is the culling game or whatever this like new thing. I can't see a whole season, and I can't see them thinking, boy, our viewers are really going to be interested. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that. I think it will be a thing for a bit. I can't tell you how long, but I think it's going to get interrupted in some big way, and we're going to take a left turn on something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Mappa probably heard some of the. I mean, because there was, looking back, I mean, the middle of Shibuya incident was like a bit of a pacing mess with lots of nonstop fighting, and then I think so. Like you were saying, John, the first part was really good of that arc, and then it ended strong, obviously with one chick almost dying and or presumably dying.
Yeah.
But I agree with Andrea. I think this is good. I just feel like they're gonna pull in all the stops this season. I think it's gonna be quite good. I just have a feeling. I can't. It's just vibes.
Just vibes.
All vibes.
Like I said, I think it's going to be a useful tool or at least my hope, I guess, is that it's a useful tool to figure out where everybody's at, what's going on with them, get like an excuse to gather them in a place to figure it all out. Yeah. And 2, I think it's part of this like vision that Geto has is, like, I want to create this like jujutsu like sorcerer order, but I want it like my way, and I want it to just be like, and this is what I want. I want to like call out anybody who's going to oppose this, anybody who's weak, like, so I get honoring the I don't know, impetus behind the story. So, but I don't think that they're going to stay with it because it would be too predictable. It would be too staid. And I think audiences would really respond negatively. So
I think so too.
Okay.
I also think there must be, I've not read the manga, but I think there must be so much else that's going to be having to happen. There's so many characters that died, and then we have to fill it with new characters or returning characters, because there's so many characters that really weren't in last season at all.
Yep. You got to pick up pieces.
Right. So I mean, I just think they're going to have to, and they're going to have to do a bunch of different things. And I think they have to make a bunch of different. I think they're going to have to make significant progress in the overall storyline this season, because they did spend so much time with the Shui incident just showing episode-long fights and episode and a half long fights. It was just like, it was cool, but it was like, all right, I get it. They're fighting a grasshopper guy,
right?
Beat him, and then let's move on.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with long fights and stuff. They just have to feel meaningful. And if you get too crazy with them, then the previous one just loses its impact.
Sure.
And they just really lost me there with that. So who knows? We'll wait to see. I think these first 2 episodes, they're absolutely gorgeous. It was a fun little twist that we had, because I remember early on discussing, wow, what's Yuji gonna do? He's got this special grade sorcerer coming after him now that we saw in the movie. So I would whole backstory for him.
Yep.
And how's that going to come to be? Well, again, Gojo is intervening and getting in the middle of things and planning ahead. And
I was so relieved also, because they're 2 of my favorite characters. I was like, oh, I don't want to them to be mortal enemies. So that was very fun surprise.
What a good fight.
Yeah.
I mean, they right off the bat there. I mean, I think it was bold to just be like, yeah, we gave you a bunch of fights, but we're going to give you another 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they made a lot of sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it was just like cool. And then it was like the twist was really well done.
Yep. Yeah, so that was great, because I definitely was concerned that they were going to do some sort of thing where Itadori was going to all of a sudden be more powerful and be able to deal with him.
Right.
And we
he was
just don't have that.
I mean, he could deal with him on his own, but not him and Rika.
Yeah.
When Rika came in, he asked what he's doing. He said, "I'm just playing."
Yeah.
I think they're still completely different levels, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying that to Rika to be like, I'm just playing. You don't kill him or don't rip him apart.
Sure.
But maybe it was both. It had double meaning.
It could be.
I mean, I think from my perspective, they are on different power levels, but I did see like Yuji get like a little boosty.
Yeah.
But it's great that it isn't just like, haha, superpower, like sure. I am everything. I'm on Gojo's level, like
Yeah, because that's the thing.
People have to grow, but
sure.
they don't. Right. But they don't necessarily. But again, it has to be believable. So,
you mean for Yuta or for Yuji?
For Yuji, he got more powerful. So sure. Great, but it wasn't just like cool. I can just deal with this stuff now.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact, just beat Yuta was just like great, because we still have to have stakes. Right. We still have to have stakes, and Yuji's still now under the threat of execution, and you know what I mean. And he can't just be like, it's cool, I'll just take care of anybody who comes my way. I have to, I have to work with people. I have to,
Mm-hmm.
So it sets up working together and figuring this out.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. No, I dig it. I dig it a lot. I really see those two in some sort of partnership, and I'm here for it.
And I really liked, speaking of, because we can see the, varying power levels and stuff, but we get our battle then between the new head of the Zenin family. So head of the Zenin family was killed, reading the will at the beginning, the whole thing. And it's basically, if Gojo is gone for some reason, screw you guys. Mm-hmm. And it's going to, what's his face?
This guy, Naoyin.
This kind of guy is just the worst.
Yeah.
In real life and as a character, I hate guys like this. That are just whatever, doesn't matter. Obviously, they intentionally make him unlikable, but
so he's there because Megami's going to take the thing if Gojo's gone. So he's got to, use Itadori to lure Megami out, and we end up getting a, cool battle between him and Itadori's new brother.
Yeah.
So that to me is a fun example. I love that sort of thing where this guy is way stronger, but he's cocky and egotistical.
Yep.
Thinks he knows the other guy's abilities better than him, basically, and falls into a trap.
Yes, they all do.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
This, I mean, to be honest, like watching this and watching Hell's Paradise, where like the other younger brother gets schooled about, like being cocky, it was just like so satisfying. Yeah. Like people just being like, can't just like, rely on this I can do it attitude. Gotta work, man.
Yep. So yeah, that was his kind of like, they had their little, which again, sometimes, monologuing during fights gets to be too much, but they had this whole like, why do you hate your brothers? Perhaps it's because they were weak that you are strong, and sort of thing. And it's like these things have really never crossed his mind. Like, how could you even don't talk about my brothers in some positive way that they've had a positive impact on my life? That's awful. And then he goes into explaining why he feels that he's strong, because like he's just been beaten down so many times or whatever. He's not had anyone else, only to live through his failures over and over again or something.
Weak is strong, strong is weak.
There we go. Yep. So another highlight, like we had, Yuta and Itadori, which was a fake out, but fun. Yep. Then you have these two, which is, Naoya, Zenin, and what's the brother's name? We know
Choso.
Choso. Yep.
Okay. So, who's gonna
tell Toto though that Yuji's got another brother?
A biological one. Yeah. Yeah, and then we have Itadori sort of like starting to remember a little bit.
Yeah. That was super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we can take the time. See, that's the thing that needs to space out the battles. We take the time to learn a little bit more about Yuji Itadori's background.
100%.
All that sort of thing.
That would be great. If you're listening, MAPPA executives. Make it so.
The thing is, the story's there. Like we're sitting critique it, and it's the story's already there. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I'm excited for it though. I'm excited with the possibility, based on the opening song and scenes, that Panda might be a more prominent character this season, because I saw him like several times in the opening song. So that's cool.
Possible. That's your fan favorite here.
I do like him a lot. I
said, we need excuses to like get everybody back in the fold and be like, what happened? And we're starting to pick up those. Yes, agreed. We're starting to pick up those pieces. I like that.
Yep. Remind me, two people. I forget his name, but the cursed speech user. Did he die last season, or just got really injured?
No.
I think really injured, wasn't it?
I don't know if he was even severely. He was not
cut or something.
Featured all that.
Yeah, he lost an arm, it says.
I remember him vomiting blood or something. I'd like to see him back. His character is super cool. I'd like to see him back. Gesundheit?
Toge. Yeah, lost an arm from Sukuna's attack.
Sukuna, right. And then Panda, yes, and then Toto. I want to see some of those people. Oh, also that one dude with the with like no cursed energy, with like the weird like caterpillar monster that he wore around his neck. Did that guy die for sure? Because if he didn't, I'd like to see him back too. He was a cool character.
Oh, well, yeah, he's dead, because that is Megami's dad.
Right.
Yeah. That was all from the
hidden inventory.
Now they did a thing where remember they had some like kind of sorcerer people sort of bring him back in a way, if you recall.
Yeah.
Right.
And the technicality behind that, I don't know how that functions, but they sort of brought him back, and he was like tracking down Megami, like his son.
Right.
And he ended up like walking away or something.
Oh yeah.
So maybe he's kind of still out there, or maybe that curse sort of ends at some point. I don't know if there was any sort of
okay. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. He's a cool character. I mean, he's like scary AF, but
fun. But we can see the potential, I think, that again with Megami. I like that the show is like, doesn't seem like they're going to lean solely on Itadori for cool shit and powers, and all that sort of thing. So I think that we're going to see Megami come into his own further in this.
Agreed.
I'm excited that Maki is alive. I mean, I knew she was. That was something that was spoiled for me a long, long time ago. But I'm just happy to see her back, and she's obviously got a new look and all that sort of thing. Yeah, not by choice. But, I have a couple notes.
Agreed. Have I unfrozen?
What's going on? You're there, Phil.
Oh, okay.
You're fine for us.
Oh, but was I? Were you hearing me ask about the guardian spirit thing?
No.
I mean, you start. I heard a start, but I just assumed that you paused because you were thinking.
Oh no, I was like talking, and you guys were like, and I'm like,
well, I'm sorry.
Any response to those words? What do you guys think about that? You guys are just like, oh, you're frozen. Okay.
No.
What about a guardian?
Cool. I couldn't remember his name. I was trying to think of his name, and you guys were just like looking at me, like, any help here?
Oh, you mean Megami's guy?
No, it's like the guardian spirit for like the whole school.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So Tengen, right?
Tengen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to go find him at the end there.
Yeah, right. It was cool they went to see him finally. I've been wondering, like, is he like a
actual person?
Like, is he like a physical form? Or I mean, I think he is more of like a ethereal power, but maybe he can take a physical form when he's like interacting with humans, so that they're not like talking to the walls. But I thought he was more like a power than a individual.
I guess I kind of thought so too, but I don't really, or I was thinking of it like, I kind of think of it like Minority Report. You have the two girls and the one guy, and they're like just in the tank there, and they kind of run the whole system, but they can't leave. They're hooked up to it. So it's just like, it's sort of like in the previous season when we were going to the backstory, she was supposed to go in and sacrifice herself to take it. And I don't know if or something like that or whatever. Yeah. And so it says like, it's your time of servitude, and you're basically going to end your existence as you know it, as you bring in a whole new like level of consciousness and responsibility for the entire Jujutsu.
Because their like spirit energy gets like added in with Tengen, sort of.
Something like that.
And they kind of live on through, is part of the system.
Yeah.
It almost is. I always kind of thought of it as like this, like protective, like AI, kind of like Jarvis for Iron Man.
For sure,
does all these things and runs all these things, and kind of is like the firewalls their whole school, and
yeah. No, I honestly I had a flash of thinking that too. So I get what you're saying.
But that runs off of like, Jujutsu energy instead of,
bits and bytes.
Yeah. Computers.
No, I think that shows how, like they've done a cool job of sort of setting this up, but we've been left to wonder for a long time, and there's a lot of, for someone that's not read the manga, a lot of guessing work going into that,
And there's a lot of story to pick up.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
So we got a kind of our group here, a new team that's maybe are going to be our central cast for this season.
Seems like it.
And so trying to put it all together, we have the guy that took over Geto's body is, he created a whole bunch of new sorcerers, people that can use these abilities, and he's going to hold some sort of calling game tournament that they flashed a whole ton of rules and different stuff for on different various screens or whatever. That I could not read it all. What's that?
I said I didn't quite track all that.
No.
Yeah,
but I mean, it'll come back.
Like, sure. Right. That's my assumption. Is like you gotta they'll explain it. So need to see how this forms. Get rid of the weak kind of thing, and then meanwhile, we have a group scrambling yet that it's like the higher ups in Jujutsu Society. They assume Itadori's dead. They basically faked his death again. That won't last forever. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do here exactly? So we have a ragtag group that's going to go and confer with Tengen, which is they find possible because Choso should be able to sense the remains of his fallen brothers.
Yes.
That are in
there. Who have been absorbed into Tengen? Is that the premise?
No, they're like part of the Jujutsu High objects that Tengen takes care of, was my understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's how I understood it. I mean, always willing to be mistaken or whatever.
That makes sense.
But
are Yuji and all his brothers they're like not human then? It almost seems like, because wasn't one of the brothers have like a big face in his chest or something? Or am I thinking of that?
There was definitely some weirdness.
Yeah. Well, and these flashbacks that Yuji got, or whatever he's like remembering from his childhood, clearly show that his mom wasn't like exactly normal. She had like some markings that felt like this could be hinting that she's not right.
I'd have to go back and watch. Yeah, I can't really remember, I guess.
Just like the flash. Well, again, I watched these like really recently, so.
Choso had mentioned that his mom should have had markings on her forehead, like him or whatever.
Yes.
Or something.
Okay. And that was the woman. She had like 2 marks on her forehead. So I was just sort of like, I think they're dropping stuff that this isn't completely normal.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And it would, those sort of things would go well to explain, his ability to have all the fingers in him and not completely lose it.
I love it.
Family show time, right?
Well, if you've never watched JJK, that sentence would be like, pardon me?
Right.
And Bill and I are just like, well, yeah, the fingers.
Totally.
But yeah.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
I do.
We do, but it just gotta laugh at the immaturity sometimes.
You do.
Gotta keep yourself young and humble.
Gotta do it.
Yeah, here's one of the guys in the flashback looking at him and stuff, and maybe
his
another.
Dad.
Was that his dad, and then the other guy's his grandpa?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, on the surface, anyway. I'm willing to take a lot, and have stuff changed or be like not as it seems. But that's the basic premise of the memory. That's his dad. The woman with the forehead markings is his mom, and then his grandpa's like, "What are you doing? You've always wanted to have a baby, but not like this."
Right.
Which I don't understand yet, but presumably will be unfolding.
Yep. And as our last thing here, I'll get that shot so everybody can be reminded.
Yes.
Looks very 80s horror anime shot right here, like ghostly pale and, kind of slender features. So,
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, I think it was a strong opening for Jujutsu Kaisen. It was nice to getting the 2 episodes back to back. That was fun way to do it.
Yeah.
And
loved it.
Excited for more. We got more of this coming up, and then I think like this weekend or something, Free Run starts. So it's just going to be sort of a nonstop.
Yep. If people are looking for another show, I'm gonna try this. I watched like 5 minutes of it. I didn't have time to watch more, but the show Sentenced to be a Hero. brand new show on Crunchyroll. It's getting good reviews. People are talking a lot about it. I think it's going to be something we should have on our radar. I'm going to start it. The first episode's like 58 minutes too, so that's cool. But people are comparing it to some other pretty popular anime, so I would think about maybe checking it out because I think it's going to be in the zeitgeist of anime and anime podcasters. So you should probably be aware of it.
And something about it says not Japanese.
That could be. I could see that.
I wonder.
The animation's a little different.
And
it's a little. What does it remind me of? It kind of has like an older school animation style, maybe like. Or like an old fantasy cartoon versus like anime.
Okay. So there's a Japanese light novel series written by Rocket Shulkai.
Yeah.
And illustrated by Mephisto. Some of these pen names, I tell you. It began serialization as a web novel published on Kaguyomu in October 2020.
Okay.
And then, so interesting.
I think it's basically like these criminals who get sentenced to like a never-ending existence, fighting like on the front lines of some like war against monsters or in like this massive dungeon or something like that. But after they die, they keep being resurrected. Like they just fight all the time. I don't know, but it's supposed to be quite good so far. It's getting some good traction on the interwebs.
Okay.
So
I'll put it in the queue.
Also, just really quick, this isn't I know this isn't like book talk, but and I already talked to Andrew about this, but people should be aware of and try Dungeon Crawler Carl, the book Dungeon Crawler Carl by here I have it right here. Matt Dinneman.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like if you took a D&D campaign and a RPG video game and it's like considered a literary RPG. It's just like, and it's like fantasy. It's funny. It's like unhinged. It's irreverent. People should just check it out. It's like basically aliens turn entire world into a gigantic dungeon and kill all but like 10 million people and force them to participate in this like life or death dungeon crawl to be shown as like reality TV across the universe for all these other alien races. And then like these humans get like buffs and upgrades and items and stuff and like have to try to survive and get deeper and deeper in the dungeon. And this isn't really a spoiler, this is like well known for anybody who knows anything about DCC, but like his ex-girlfriend's cat ends up through weird circumstances going into the dungeon with him and like gets this special skill where she then can talk. So it's him and his talking cat. They're incredible. There's like 7 of them out of a planned 10, and I've read like 5 books in about a week and a half.
Okay.
So
holy cow, you're on 5. You were on 3 last time.
I just started.
Okay.
It.
I was gonna say last time we talked, you were on 3. Holy cow!
I've been reading a fair amount. They're so good. It's like watching like a movie, or it's like they're so. I mean, they're not going to win any like literary awards, and if you're squeamish or you don't appreciate like irreverent humor and really crass humor, then it's not for you. But if you like all that kind of stuff, and you like fantasy, sci-fi, Dungeons and Dragons, tabletop gaming, leveling up a character in like a game, or you'll
edgelords.
Sorry, edgelords. You like edgelords? Carl's kind of an edgelord, I will say. He's for farming for sure. So it's really they're such a fun ride. I haven't felt this way about a book series since the Dresden Files, which is about also people should check out. It's about a in modern day Chicago, a professional wizard who helps the Chicago PD solve like supernatural crimes, and then it evolves from there into a really epic series. Yeah. So people should read Dresden Files too by Jim Butcher. Right here, you probably can't see, but these are all Dresden Files books. Anyway, nice. So my book talk is done.
Yeah, there's Phil's book corner, as he is in his book corner.
We can add in a little 3-minute book, like a talk about a book series. I got to just pull something off the shelves.
I think you should do a series of shorts in your robe. Just
there you go.
Laying back.
I was like, do we have like an old tobacco pipe or something?
Yes.
Or like
you need a cat.
Like a sleep cap a la Scrooge.
Yes.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, you need some like vibes music.
Yeah.
Leaning back. Welcome, Phil's Book Corner. Yes. Yep. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Here for it.
Well, plans to sort out. Good luck with that. I will tune in.
That seems like something you do on your own time and out of my podcast. Thank you very much.
I hope that
I think you read those vibes. I think you read those vibes, Phil.
That everybody tunes in to Phil's new thing, and we'll certainly promote it here. But thank you all for tuning into this on Ohio Anime, and check out our other show, Popcast on the Rocks. Perhaps you're finding us now through a podcast directory, in which case you'll be subscribed to Popcast on the Rocks already. Ohio Anime, the show, goes into those feeds like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But if you're interested in just anime, come to the Ohio Anime YouTube channel. That's where you find all that sort of thing. And let us know what shows you're going to be watching as things get busy now. Next week is the regular Popcast on the Rock show. And it looks like right now we're going to be continuing our trek through the Aliens series. And we're on Aliens. So going chronologically, we've covered all the way up to Aliens now. Other than Alien Earth, we're going to come back to Alien Earth. That would be maybe the thing at the end or something like that.
Yes.
But please like, share, subscribe in all the places. Killing the Flower wrote our theme song to the main show, so you should check them out. That's Killing the Flower. Check out Trackmouse 34. That's Mike's channel. He's got some more racing content up. And Peter J. Gilbertson's books on Amazon. So, yeah, that should do it from us. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And we'll see you right next time.
See you guys.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Andrea.